Hey guys. Oops. Let's check that way. I see somebody joined. Or maybe it's me. Hi, Susie. How are you tonight? I'm going to try to keep track of the comments. So, guys might have to bear with me a little bit. I am good. I am ready for a night, for an hour to just, well, an hour or so to scrapbook and just hang out with you guys and show you all the fun Deco foil products that we're going to use tonight. And maybe you'll learn something new, maybe you won't, but as long as you have a good time, that's all that matters. So, are you scrapping along with me tonight, or are you just going to hang out? And are you a scrapbooker or a card maker? Or a, yeah, scrapbooker, or I was going to say card booker, a card maker. We'll wait a few minutes before we start. I just kind of wanted to get on and get my camera set up in the right position, because I always hit my tripod, knock it out of the knock it out of the alignment that I usually have. Oh, what kind of puppies do you have? I hate it when they're not feeling good because they can't tell us what's wrong with them. I have 2 corgis, and you might hear them barking because they're out in the backyard. And my window's right by the backyard. Oh, you are a long dog, short-legged dog person. I love it already. You gotta love the lowriders. There's just something about them that makes everybody love them. And dachshunds are the same as corgis. They're big dogs in small bodies, so. Oscar Mayer and Delilah. Oh my gosh, I love it. Yeah, my corgis are named Baxter and Hazel, and I actually have a funny story about Baxter, or about Hazel, when we get into doing what we're doing. So, hey Melanie, how are you? Thanks for joining. You know I'm a little nervous. So we'll let a few more people get on here. I don't know how many people we'll have, since this is kind of the first scrapbooking one, and a lot of people do cards in the ThermOWeb group, so we'll give it a few more minutes. And it's just now 7. Girl, hush your face. Hey, I have to be good in here. I can't be bad. Susie, if you're wondering, I used to be on a design team with Melanie, and we used to do lives and stuff. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Oh, Melanie, if she's not part of the group, it won't tag her. And I don't think I've approved her recently. Yeah, I don't think I've approved Heather either. So, Kelly, are you scrapbooking along with me? Or do You're good. You're new to foiling. Okay, good. Maybe hopefully I can give you some tips. Hey, Pat. Is any good crap cakes? Oh my G. Is anybody going to be scrapping along with me? Or are you just going to kind of watch and hang out and chat and ask me questions? Feel free to ask me questions. I'm going to try to keep track of them and answer them as we're going along. Hey, just watching's good. I'll try to answer them as we go along. If you think of something that's not even related to what I'm doing, but it has something to do with ThermOWeb products, go ahead, throw it out there. I'll see if I can answer it for you. So, let's see. Let's see if a couple more people come. Oh, one more just came on. When we get to about 9, I'm going to go ahead and start. So, need to know all the foil things. Yes, there are many different ways to foil, and what I'm showing you tonight can be used. I'm using both foil and flock, and I'm using 2 different techniques. Hey, Kim. And so what I'm doing with the flock can also be used with the foil. So when we get to that part, I'll talk about that, and we'll kind of go from there. So, okay, let's see here. Julia, do you think we should go ahead and start, or do you want me to wait a few more minutes? Drop it in the comment section. Hi, Joanne. How are you? Yay, I'm so excited everybody's joining in. I was a little nervous because a lot of people are card makers and not scrapbookers. So I'm excited. I hope I can show you guys some new things. And even if you're a card maker, maybe you'll learn something new for your cards. So, okay, sounds good, Julia. Julia's my little ThermOWeb moderator. So she's going to try to keep track of the questions if I don't see them. Oh, good, Pat. Well, this is a good way to learn. I can show you what I do. There's several different ways to use flock, and I'll kind of talk about some of the other ways, but you're going to see one that is kind of, hey, Cassie, is kind of like you have to let stuff dry. So there are ways to do it where you don't have to let stuff dry. So this one I kind of had to plan for. So yeah, you'll learn how to use some flock, and what I'm doing with flock, you'll be able to do with foil also. So it's kind of you're kind of getting a double lesson tonight. Is it, hi Jilly? Is it Jilly? Or it may be Gilly. I'm not sure which it is. Hi. It's easy to say my name because you just have to type it. I could say them if I had to type them. That would be saying it. Okay, I am going to open my adult beverage, just so you know. I tend to have an adult beverage whenever I scrapbook because it's my relaxing time. So hopefully I won't spill it on anything. Use Blanco, but don't know how to use. Okay, perfect. We're using Blanco tonight. The same technique can also be used with the Duo. So, except the Blanco you do have to use heat with, and the Duo you can use without heat. So, it's basically the same process. It's just the Blanco you're going to have to use with heat. So, yay! Okay. We're going to start at 7:05, guys. So, if you don't know me, I am Katrina Hunt. I've been on ThermOWeb's team for quite a few years now. I've lost track of how many years. I love their products, so this is like a perfect fit for me. I have a blog site that's here on this. It's paperscissorsandglue.blogspot.com. And then my Instagram is just Katrina Hunt. I'd love it if you'd follow me over on Instagram. You can find my blog link usually in my blog post on ThermOWeb. So there's a link to my Instagram there and everything. But yeah, so, and I do a little bit of hybrid. So not tonight, but I do take digital products and print them and scrapbook with them. So, and I do that on the ThermOWeb blog sometimes. Okay, we've got 14 people, so I think we're going to go ahead and get started. So I kind of told you a little bit about myself. I have 2 dogs. They're 2 corgis. One's a fluffy. They're cardigan corgis, not the Pembroke corgis. These corgis have the tails. And you usually see them on the ThermOWeb blog if you head over there. We are going to be using a variety of ThermOWeb products tonight, guys. We have got our Memory Runner XL, which this is great because you can refill it. Okay. We're going to use flock transfer sheets in teal waters. This is one of my favorite colors that ThermOWeb has of the flock. I use this color all the time when I'm flocking, so it seems to go with my color palette that I like. We're going to use Transfer Gel Blanco by Deco Foil. This dries white, and you can use it with colored cardstock, but you do have to use heat with it. So you need to have a laminator to use it. So, or a mink machine, or, you know, something like that, something you can run it through. I think Anna Griffin has one, something you can run it through to get that heat to melt down that adhesive so that the stuff will transfer to it. Pixie trick with a stencil I'm going to show you for scrapbooking. I'm going to use the orange sketch foil from Brutus Monroe. I love this. It's so fun. It'll be here. We're just going to pull out a piece. So if you're new to foiling, this foiling, you always foil with the pretty side up. I know the other foiling out there, you foil with the pretty side down, but for ThermOWeb's foil, you foil with the pretty side up. Oh, why did it end? It's saying my video ended. Are we good? Julia comments. Are we still good? Because it's saying my video ended. Okay, no, we're still good. Okay. But this is a toner sheet, and it has, this is printed on here, and the foil will transfer to this once the heat is applied to it. So you just run it through a laminator, and it'll transfer that foil right on there. Oh, and my screen is not keeping up. It went off for a bit. You're back. Okay. Yeah, mine's like off too. So, but anyway, so we're going to be using that. And like I said, those come in at 8.5 by 11 sheet, and I just cut it down. So that's why it looks short. And then we're going to also be using this page map sketch. And I know it's printed a little light. I didn't realize my printer was going to print that light. But here's pretty much how the sketch looks. Oh, I have got Blanco gel on my table. So it's a 12 by 12. You've got 3 pictures, and then you've got some stuff over here, this down here, pattern paper strip down here. And here is the layout I made based on this sketch. And I did it just like the sketch was laid out. So if you have trouble seeing this, and you can grab the sketch over at pagemaps.com. It's in July's. I think it's in July's. It's in the July sketches. Becky's great. She has them all listed out for you. But this is based on that sketch, and you can tell by looking at it that it's based on the sketch. The flocking is right here. The foil is right here. You can see that shiny orange sketch foil. So what we're going to do is I'm making a 2-page layout to go. I'm making another single layout to go with this to make a 2-page layout. So we are going to flip the sketch, and we're going to flip it this way. So we are going to be doing the sketch, but we're going to flip it. And it's basically going to look exactly the same as this. And we're going to go step by step through this, but that's how we're going to do it. So let's get started. So I already have my background done with the Blanco, and this is what it looks like when it's dried. I don't know if you can see it really well. It's a leaf pattern. Here's the stencil I used. Where did it go? I'm going to be throwing things around, guys, so just so you know. Here's the stencil I used. So that's what the stencil looks like. And what I did was, it's a 6x6 stencil. How the heck are you going to get it all over your page? Well, you just kind of move the stencil around, and if you have little blobs, you just cover them up. It's called embellishing, right? So what I did was I took my stencil, and because I knew I wanted to move it around and I wanted it to be fairly easy to move around, I took my stencil, took a piece of pixie tape. This is great tape. You can reuse it. You can reuse it to do the stenciling, but then I would throw the piece away. But if you're die cutting, you can reuse it. So, and I just taped the edge of my stencil down to my glass mat, or if you have a crafting mat, you know, a self-healing mat, it doesn't matter. I just craft on a glass mat. And then I could lift this up and move my paper up, and my stencil would still be there, and I could still stencil without having to totally do everything. And then I just turned my page like that. Now that might not work for some depending on the direction. Since this is multi-directional, it worked for me. It just kind of depends on your stencil. But that's one way you could do it, or you could do it at the top. So it's just a way to do it. That's weird. Huh, there was something outside. So you could do it at the top. It doesn't matter. Hey, Kelly. So I'm going to show you how to do the Blanco. So this is with it dried, and it takes, depending on your humidity level in your house, in your area, it can take anywhere from like 30 minutes to a couple hours to dry. I actually did that earlier today, like around 1 o'clock, so I knew it would be good and dry whenever I did it. So I'm just going to show you what I did here. And ThermOWeb has a stencil pal that is a scraper that you scrape, but Hazel got a hold of mine and it's not usable anymore. So yes, you can do it on a regular card too, Gilly. Yeah, you can do it scrapbooking, or you can do it on regular cardstock, whatever kind of cardstock you want. So she kind of chewed up my stencil pal to where I couldn't use it tonight. So I've got another one coming. But yeah, she chewed it up. So I'm going to show you this really quick. And right before I show you this, I'm going to turn on my laminator so it can be heating up. Okay. So this is what the transfer gel or Blanco looks like. You can do the same thing with Duo. It's just the Duo, you can use heat or no heat. So it depends on how big of an area you have to fill. I usually, you could do, if you have a 12 by 12 laminator that runs with no heat, you could just run it through there for the pressure. You can run this through your die cutting machine to transfer the foil or the flock. But I'm using the Blanco and it requires heat. So, I know, she chewed it up. So you just take it, and my thought on this is the more the merrier. The more the better. So you just take and you just spread it. It's just like using a stencil with any kind of stenciling paste or anything like that. And you just go like that. And I'm not going to do this whole thing until you get a nice even layer. And the Blanco, you can really tell when you've got everything covered, especially if it's on colored cardstock. It's a little hard on white, I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of made for use on colored cardstock and stuff, so it's a little hard on white, but that's what I had at the moment to use. So, and then you lift it up and there you have it. I got a little messy, but not too bad. And then you just let it dry. If you see some air bubbles, sometimes there are some air bubbles that get in there if you don't stir it really well. Just pop them. You can just pop them, or whenever you run it through the laminator with the heat, it'll pop them for you. So, but just make sure you get a nice, good, thick layer of that. So I am going to, oh, I made a mess. Hang on just a second. Let me go dump this really quick and let me wipe that up. And you do want to wash that right away to get that off of there. So I didn't have my little handy wipes. So, yeah, I love the, hey Teresa, I love the flock too. So the flock is some of my favorites. So I'm always happy when I get an assignment with flock because I love it. So, but I do love the foil. So, okay, so we are all dried and ready to flock. And you could do this with foil. So don't forget, you can do either or. So if I wanted to, I could take this foil, put it down, run it through and I would have orange leaves. But we're not going to do that because that doesn't work with my thing tonight. So we've got some Teal Waters flock. And hang on here. So the flock comes 6 pieces to a pack. And so for this one, I'm going to do 1. I'll have 2 for sure. And I always say keep your scraps because you never know. You may be able to make them work on something. You can use this like as a layer. I mean, because this is pretty thick, even once you pull the flock off. Okay. And now, you just need a second one, or a third one. And we're just going to cut this one in half. And these are 6 by 6 sheets if you can't tell. So we're just going to cut this one in half. See? Cuts super easy. And then we're going to put that down there. And I am going to overlap this a little bit. You really don't have to. It's just a thing with me. So to flock, to foil or flock a 12 by 12, if you're scrapping 8.5 by 11, or if you have cards, so do you let it dry before adding the foil? Yes, everything, the Blanco and the Duo need to dry completely. Yeah, you gotta let it dry before you do any of this with these products. I'll show you here in a minute, after I get this flocked, I'll show you something where you don't have to, you can just use something that's easier that you don't have to let dry. But for like stenciling, for the stenciling stuff, you do have to let it dry. There are these, I love these. These are the Kraft carrier sheets that Deco foil has, and they're non-stick on the inside. So this is perfect for card makers or for scrapbookers if you have littler pieces that you're going to flock or foil. But since I have a big 12 by 12 piece, I've made, this is well used, you can tell I've got little things there. I have, I made a 12 by 12, I bought big parchment paper and then made an envelope to run through my laminator. So, and then I just use a couple of pieces of cardstock as a shim, just to give it a little more, pressure when it goes through. I had to think of the word there. Okay. So I'm going to step over to where my laminator's at and run this through, and I will be right back. Hey, Melanie, glad you found us. Oops. Oops. Okay, and we're going to do one more thing while I have the laminator on. We're going to go ahead and foil that bad boy toner sheet. So, but like I said, you can do this with foil or flock. So the product is dual use. So if you got the product thinking you just wanted to flock, you might want to get some foil, because you may decide you want to foil. And I love gold foil. Gold foil always rocks. So Melanie, she came from where I used to do lives over in a different group, and so Melanie said there should be dogs tonight. Well, we've got dinos. We've got dinosaurs. But Melanie needs to know that Hazel ate my stencil pal. Well, she didn't eat it. She chewed it up. So I had to use something else to spread my my medium out with. So she'll think that's funny because Hazel ate my homework is pretty much what I'm saying. So, okay. And I'm kind of weird. I let it go through twice. It's just me, because I don't want to pull it off and think, oh, I missed a spot, or oh, the pressure didn't get it. I always just run it through twice for good measure. Oh, please don't stick. Okay. So we'll run this through twice. And then to make this a double page layout from the sketch, I'm going to pop the sketch up there really quick. Where did it go? It took a little bit of planning on my part for cutting my papers. So Hazel is the boss. Yes, Hazel is the boss. Do enamel sheets. Enamel sheets do work. They're similar. They don't work. I don't think they work. Do they work on the toner sheets? I can't remember. They work on the Blanco. So what I'm using tonight would work. The enamel sheets would work on that. I can't remember. I don't know. I don't have my enamel sheets handy to look at really quick. They do work with the Blanco. Oh, wait, hang on. Oops. Hang on. Okay. Yeah, you can use the Duo or the Blanco or the foam adhesive sheets. And I'll show you guys the foam adhesive sheets so you can kind of see what those are about. Okay, are you ready for the big flock reveal? As soon as it gets out of the thing. Oops. Ah. Okay. So you guys having fun so far? Hope so. Oops, I'm upside down. Okay, so here we go. And all you do is you peel this off. And look. And this, honestly, you could use this as a pattern paper piece. So, seriously, you could. So, so there's that. And I'll probably end up covering up some of this down here. But don't ever throw your scraps away because you never know. You might be able to do it. So it's nice and fuzzy. And you don't have any of the flock mess. I mean, it's all contained right there. So, here we go. Oops. I ripped it. So I'm just going to pull it off. And there's that. And this section right here is because I overlapped my stencil. So, that's just because my stencil was on top of it while it was wet. So, and you can kind of see where I didn't overlap my stencil right there, but we'll cover that up. So there we go. So now I have a nice little background, which if you know me, I cover things up a lot. So it'll probably get covered up, but it's okay. It'll work. Okay, so when I was doing this layout, I had to plan because I knew I wanted to use the same products for you. And my lives, I already know I'm going to do another live, so Julia will be clapping her hands to that. But I may not use the same products all the time, but I wanted to use the same products for this first one so that you guys could see how everything did. So I wanted to use the same paper collection. I wanted to use the same stencil, the same foil, the same sheet, a toner sheet, and that kind of thing. So I did a little planning, and I have a piece of paper. This is my cheat sheet. So, cut strip, cut numbers. Okay, so I know that I need to cut this number piece at 7 inches by 2.75. And because I'm turning the sketch, my number piece is basically this piece right here. Yes, Julia can drop my affiliate link down underneath your comment. And yeah, there's all kinds of different colors of the flock. Yeah, you can get the flock there, and yay for flock. They have all the colors. So I know I need to cut this 7 by 2.75. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this and go ahead and foil this. And then that way I can turn my laminator off because my room's a little warm because of the lights. So let's make sure this is 7. Okay, I'm just going to cut this at 2.75. Okay. Okay. And then I said 7. We're at 8. I'm going to go ahead and cut it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So this piece is the same size as my other one on my thing. So, so there's that. So we're going to go ahead and foil this. And we're going to use the Kraft carrier sheet because it's smaller. If I can find it. What on earth did I do with it? Oh, there it is. Okay, So these toner sheets, this is a laser printer that prints these. So if you have a laser printer at home, you can print things out at home and foil it. It will not work with inkjet. So just be aware it will not work with inkjet. Just a laser, because it needs that toner. The toner basically melts when you run it through. That's how it gets on your paper in the first place. So when you run it through, it melts to the toner reactivates on this sheet and it transfers the foil to your piece. Now, if your room's kind of dusty or anything like that, I like to wipe off my toner sheet like this. And I do like to go ahead and wipe my foil off, just in case. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and foil this really quick. Give me just a second. Here, I'll let you look at some dino pictures while we're... That is a big old T-Rex. So, because we're all about dinosaurs this week on the ThermOWeb blog. So, I need to show you guys the Deco foil foam adhesive too, so you guys can see how to do that. So, we'll do that too. Do you guys have any questions so far? It looks like you're kind of asking them as we go along, but if you think of them, drop them in the comments. So I want to get you guys excited about foiling and flocking. One of my favorite colors of the flock is the Midnight. It's a deep, deep blue, and oh, it's amazing. Hang on, I gotta wait for it to come out of the laminator because I don't have a release button. Okay. Okay. So we are good. Ooh, I'm going to set my pictures back over here. Okay. Okay. So, ooh, see? I always cut it a little bit bigger than my piece I've cut out. As you can see, I got really close, and that's because it kind of shifted in the laminator. So here's the big reveal. Pretty! So you could use this. We have some printed toner sheets that are solid black. And you could pop this on there, run this through, and you could have black letters with an orange color. Or you could run this through and then run it through again with a different color, and you could have two different colors of foil. So just a thought. Like I said, the flock does not work with the toner sheets, but the foil does. So here's my little piece. So let's start putting the layout together. How about that? So we are going to, so we've turned the sketch. So I need my circle paper that, yeah, you can use every little bit of foil. Yeah. Between flock and foil. Kelly, flock is fuzzy. Foil is shiny. Foil is smooth. Flock has texture, and it's, I'm trying to think. Like at Easter, you see a lot of flocked things, like flocked Easter eggs, flocked rabbits. It's that little fuzzy, like it has fuzzy, stuff, but that's kind of what flock is. That's the biggest difference to me. I mean, you can kind of use them the same, but that's the biggest difference. It depends on, oh, who's sad? It kind of depends on what you want your look. I mean, the flock is not shiny, so it's more subtle than the foil that's bright and shiny. So I think, does that answer your question? Because I think that's what you were asking, but I'm not sure. So, okay, so I need my circle paper. And so I know I need to cut this for, okay. Yes, it's a little bit like suede. That's exactly kind of what it's like. Yes. Velvet. Yes, crushed velvet. Exactly. You guys took the words that I did not have in my mouth. Okay, let me shut my laminator off. I forgot to turn it off. Okay. So my sketch, I know I need to cut this at 4 inches. A little tip on sketches, if you have a silhouette, you can drag the JPEG of the sketch into the silhouette, and you can, I want circles on that. I want a little bit of outline of a circle, so you can drag that into silhouette and figure out your measurements if the measurements aren't on now. So just a little tip. Does the flock go downwards when you run it through the laminator? Susie, it doesn't matter. You can do it either way. I actually run it through twice. I run it once one way, and then I flip it and do it the other way just to make sure it's good and transferred. And I actually usually do that with my foil also. So it doesn't really matter how you do it. It can go up or down. So the main thing is you put the flock on top of the adhesive, so the flock side goes down onto the sticky stuff, the colored side, and the same with the foil is colored side up, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to put this here. So I already know this is going here. Oh, and I'm going to use, this is another favorite of mine. For big long strips like this, like to use the Easy Tear adhesive tape because it rocks and I can get a lot of coverage really quick. And there we go. And this just peels right off. And then let's see if I can get this straight, because I never scrapbook anything straight. It's always crooked or, you know, something like that. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. So, oh, Julie, it depends. I'm using teal waters. So if you want to see the difference, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. I've got product right here. I just gotta find my emerald green. Hang on. Or my green envy, because I had it out. Oh geez, what did I do with, oh there it is. Okay, so here's the difference in the two you're asking about. Okay, so there's that, and I thought I had another one, but I can't find it. I think I put it up. Sorry, I put my other one up. Okay, so this is Teal Waters, which it looks similar to this, but the Teal Waters has more blue in it. This is emerald green, so it's more of a true, like, darker green. So there's that close up. I'm trying to see it on camera if you can. I'm trying to get the light on it so you can kind of see. So there's that. There's that color. This is Green Envy. So Green Envy kind of reminds me of like a lime green. So the Green Envy is kind of like a lime. And honestly, I would, and here's the teal up close. I'll just show you. This way you can kind of see it on white and see, you're online right now. So you can see it kind of has a blue color to it a little bit. Honestly, the emerald green and the teal waters are my favorite, and I'm a bright color girl, but I gravitate towards those. So that's kind of my preference. But it doesn't, I mean, I've mixed them before. I've mixed both colors before and did it that way. So, oh, we have vocal back there. So, but I've mixed both of them, so you can mix them too. So pick up both. Just get both of them. I won't tell anybody. Okay, so I need to look at my layout. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out what I need to do next. Okay, so we need the black paper, which is this, and it's going to go, so this sits on top of this, like this, and I roughed up edges, so we're gonna go ahead and do that. This is just a Tim Holtz Distressor. You can also do this with scissors. If you don't have one of these, I'll show you really quick how to do it. we're going to jump in at the end, and I'm going to show you a little bit about the foil and the flock without, oh good, at least they're company. I'm going to show you a little bit about the flock and the foil at the end, where you don't have to use heat. You can use the adhesives with it. So if you don't have a distresser, you can just take your scissors and do this. Just be careful. I freak people out when I do this with my hands because I'm a klutz. So you could cut yourself if you weren't very careful. So you can do that, or hey Heather, you can do this and just use your distresser if you have one and just distress it up. I just like to do this for a little bit more texture, not anything. I do it sometimes I don't. This may be my old one, I don't know. I've got two of them here and I don't know which one's which. Well, we're going back to scissors. Yeah, it's because I do it towards me and, you know, freaks people out. So we're going to do that on both layers. I'm glad you could join us, Heather. So, and I may not distress this as much as the other one. It's not going to really matter. So, okay. All right, so this is going to go here. And I need to see. I'm trying to see exactly what I did. Okay. I did use foam. Okay. So our foam adhesive comes in two different thicknesses. I have the big chonko for the thicker one, and I'm still working on my roll of the thinner one. So I ran out of my thicker one earlier this week. So here's my thinner one. It's just the thicker one is double the thickness of this one. So if you guys can see the difference there. I'm trying to. Here, let's put it against a black background. There we go. So you can kind of see the difference there. I'm in my kitchen and saw you were on. Ha ha! Miss your face and yeah, my hands. So, okay, so we're just gonna attach this down. Great thing about foam adhesive, if you come to my lives, you're gonna know that I do love me some foam adhesive. It is my friend. Does anybody have any questions? Am I talking too much? Trying to keep you guys entertained. I did take a drink of my adult beverage, so you know we're good there. Okay, so we're just gonna peel this off. I love this because it's so easy to peel. You know, my workspace looks clean, but it's really not. Just FYI. Okay, so I'm just gonna eyeball this. I don't ever really much. Okay, so then we're gonna do the same thing with this one. We're just gonna use this double-sided foam adhesive, and this is the thinner one. You could always use the thicker one. Sometimes I have 3 layers of the thicker on my stuff, so you know, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. Okay. Oops. Maybe a trip to the fridge. I can always do, let's just that longer one there and the shorter one there. Okay. I'm gonna rip this off. I broke a nail earlier today. Where is that foam roll? Hey Julia, can you link the foam roll? It's in the foam adhesive tapes, and there's 2 different sizes, and it's huge. Like they're both this size. They're just, yeah, they're both that size. So, okay, so we're gonna put this here. Okay, and then I need to cut my green. So let me cut my green. Oops. And I cut this strip at 1.5 inches, but I'm going to do something before I cut it. I'm going to border punch it along the edge because the other one's border punched. So I'm bringing back the border punches. They used to be so in fashion. And I have like every single Martha Stewart border punch there is, guys. Like literally. Okay, I'm going to go this way because I can't see. Why is it not matching up? Okay, because I'm not over far enough. Does anybody like need to know how to use a border punch? Because I can give you a really short lesson here. Oh, I mean, I messed up on that one. And if I mess up, I just keep going. It's like, you know what? Nobody's gonna, in 100 years, who's gonna know? And honestly, I don't have kids, so my scrapbooks will be in a landfill. So, but I like to play with paper, and I like to play with glue. And, you know, so there's all that. Are you guys learning? I hope you're learning about stuff. That's kind of the goal here. Okay. Whoa. I just had a border punch fall on me. I have them in a shoe, like a shoe holder that you hang over the door. I saw that online and I thought, oh, that's a great idea. It's one of those ever-loving, and got rid of it and then bought a few again. Yeah, Cassie, you don't ever get rid of punches. You don't ever get rid of punches. Okay, so I'm measuring this 1.5 inches from the edge of this border punch piece. So, I'm going to do that. Ooh. Oh, I've got things falling, just so you guys know. What time? Oh, I got like 20 minutes unless you guys want me to go over a little bit. It's looking like I'm going to. Too busy talking. Okay. So this one, to make this even, I know I used, there's a double layer of foam here. So I am just going to cut my bigger foam, which equals 2 layers of that, of the smaller one, and put it on the ends here. And then, make it a little big. And I always, if I have extra, like if I cut it too big, I just put it back on the foam roll and it'll stick and you can pull it right off. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Memory Runner XL and run it right along here. So, oh, did I get an empty one? Oh, I did. Well, how did I do that? Hang on. Now, how could Katrina get an empty one? Because she is good at doing stuff like that. You know, you think you're all prepared and then you're not. Okay, there we go. That's the sound it should make. That little sound lets you know it's working. Okay. All right, so we're just going to, I'm just going to cover the top of that up. This is going to cover my line where everything meets. And then this makes this the same height. Okay. Now we're moving on to the pictures. So, here's our pictures, and I'm going to look at my sketch again. Okay, so the 3x5 goes at the bottom, and I'm really basically following the sketch step by step. So, and then the 3x4, and then a 3x3. So, and I think trying to think if I wanted to move that or not, but I think we'll just do it like that. So that's going to cover up that area that oh, I like both thicknesses. You're talking to a foam adhesive junkie is a nice word. I'd use another word, but I'm trying to keep it family friendly. I'm a junkie. Like, I use foam tape like crazy. If you want to, like, if you want to get one of them, the 1/8 is going to give you, it's bigger. It's going to be thicker. The 1/16 is going to be thinner. So, you can get, the foam squares are the same thickness as the 1/8 foam tape. So if you wanted to get the 1/16 foam tape for a thinner one and then have the foam squares as bigger one, It just all depends on how much dimension you like. I mean, my albums are chunky. I don't even put my layouts in albums anymore because they're so chunky. But you can always double up the thicker one or the thinner one. And if you double up the thinner one, you're going to get the 1/8. So if you just want to try it, you know, I'd say go with the 1/16. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do these pictures like this. Okay. And then I am going to, I did not. I was trying to see, but I did not. Okay, so I'm going to do foam tape on these, on my pictures too. And that's going to be, actually I'm going to use foam squares because that's what I used before. So we're going to use the foam squares. And these are the same as the foam tape in the 1/8. So we're just going to pop these up. And I'm just doing foam squares because I'm being lazy. Actually, I probably should do tape. Oops. Try to put these on here. Yeah, it's a different, it definitely works. Yay! She's getting flogged, she's getting foam tape. She needs to get some foil. Everybody just shopping away. I love it. Oops. And this is why I like the foam tape better, because it's not anything to do with the squares. It's because my fingernails suck. So. Oops. Okay. And, you know, I like a tape because you can cut it the length you want it. So we're just gonna do this. Oops. Sorry guys, I know you don't want to sit here and watch this, but we can't like fast forward through this. I should have used the tape. I can't get my fingernail. There we go. If something could go wrong on a live and it's just I can't get the back off the foam tape, that's fine. Plus, I kind of squished these, so part of that's my fault. I had something sitting on top of the package. Oh, and this heat, yeah. Push the middle and easy. Yeah, my fingernails still suck. Oh, Kelly, get some flock. All the colors. Okay. Yay, Cassie. Okay, so we are going to put this, and I'm just going to eyeball this and just stick it down. Oh, no, that's the wrong one. Yeah, see what would have happened there? Okay, so we're going to put this there. And then we're going to put this there. And these pictures were taken, for a little backstory, in Cleveland, Ohio, when I went to go see my bestie, Juliana, that used to be on the design team. We were online buddies, and we met in person, and we became instant besties. Okay, so now it has a title here and a piece of paper. There's a strip of paper here, and then there's some stuff up here. So we're gonna work on that. So let's see what we've got over here. And this is where, and just in case you didn't know, I'm using Coco Vanilla's No Limits collection. That's not something you can get in the ThermOWeb shop, but in case you're wondering what collection I'm using, it's a boy-themed collection, kind of, so it works perfect for these pictures, since they're kind of, you know, boyish. So I used a lot of green on the other one. I think I might use... I did use green. Let's see. I think I'll use green on here too. Okay, so let me grab my trimmer. See, my desk is starting to get to be a mess, guys. So, you know, there you go. I told you. I told you. And I know this picture is 3 by 5. So I know I need to cut 3. And then I know that bottom one is about, I'm going to go a 1/2 inch. No, we're going to go 3/4 of an inch. I eyeball a lot of stuff, guys, so So we're gonna put that there, and then we're gonna do, I'm gonna do 1 1/4 inch here. We'll just see. I may have to trim some off. Oh no, that works perfect. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And those are just gonna get taped down with the memory runner. I'm not gonna pop those up at all. Oh, everything. Yeah, I don't use a straight edge ruler either, and you can tell. So you know, there's that. So the difference between the flock should be kissing the image and the foil facing me. Yes, yes, the flock should be kissing. Well, it's not going to kiss the. Yeah, it should kiss this. Yeah, it should kiss the adhesive image. It should. Yeah, it should. Yeah, yeah. Sorry guys, I had to get a drink because I was starting to choke. Okay, and then looks like I did rainbow paper. Okay, this is where we start getting into the what do we want to put on here. So I gotta bring this in, guys. So see? You guys probably can't see that whole entire thing, but see how fun that is? It looks great. So I just need some stuff there. Yeah, you can kind of see it. It's kind of crooked, but you can kind of see it. So, you know, so it kind of ties together a little bit. So let's see here. I'm trying to figure out, oh, I was going to use this, but I don't think that's gonna work. Maybe I can do it. Yeah. So I'm going to use Epic. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you ruler people. So I'm gonna put, I think I'm gonna put that there. Or see, that's gonna come over. I can't have that come over. I really don't want that there. Oh wait, no. It's gonna have to go there. But I'm gonna I'll pop it up with some foam tape, so that'll look good. Or actually, could we do? Nah. Now here's where you're gonna see my never-ending not genius come in, because this is what takes me forever. This is why layouts take me forever, is because there's no doilies. I haven't done a doily yet. I don't know. We may need to adjust that, because Melanie came for doilies and dogs. I know. Let's see. Guess what, guys? We're gonna do a doily. Doily and dinosaurs. I mean, oh, good, Teresa. I hope you'll come back, because I'm gonna do more. I've already decided I'm gonna do more lives. So I hope you'll come back. I'm gonna try to do them at least once a month. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see. I don't know. You know, we'll see. We don't know how that'll go. Okay. So basically, this is gonna take the place of this. So I wonder if I should move that. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna put this up here. It's gonna cover the dinosaur a little bit, but I'm okay with that. Doily does not compute. I know. I'm so sorry. So yeah, you encouraged me to do a doily today. So we're gonna put that up there because it ties in the black, and then it makes that awesome pop. Weekly. I can't do it weekly. I might be able to do 2 a month. So we're gonna put that there, and then we need some stuffers. We need some stuffers, guys. Let's see here. Let me see what we got. Big fun, just be yourself, adventure crew, unlimited, one of a kind, out of this world. I'm trying to see what we have here. I mean, there's a sonic boom. Oh, let's not get started about me and math. that's another live. There's a thing here with boom, and I'm thinking of the sonic boom, and isn't that what wiped out the dinosaurs? So I don't know that I want to put that on this page. So we're not going to use that. We're not going to use that. We're not going to. We're not going to use that. Okay, so let's see. Let me see what we got here. I don't think a rocket ship, because I think, ooh, we might put that on there. Or wait, that's peace. This is hang 10. We might do that. How about that? Trying to see what we got here. We'll rotate with both Katrina and Justin. That arrow will work. Wait a minute, what arrow? Oh, this one? It needs to be colored. Okay, let me keep looking. Hang on. Good idea, rotation. Let's see here. Oh, Total Legend. You know, the T-Rex is a Total Legend, so Legend's got to go up there. Totally got to do that. Okay, I think this may need to... No, it's got to stay there. So this is, you can see my thought process and how much I ramble when I'm scrapbooking live. Okay, so let's see here. I know, like, sometimes they have cutouts in the paper, so let me see what we got over here. Swirl one kind to legit yourself. I need something right there. What about the hand sign over by awesome? Like right there. Oh, yep. There we go. There we go. We can do it right there. That'll work. Okay. So that takes care of that stuff. So now I need... I think what happened was I used some stuff over... The T-Rex is the best dinosaur there is. So get your crayons out. Is that because of the math comment? That's awesome. Oh, there's a This Rocks card too. Could have used that. Ooh. Okay, so here's my thought process. So see, these are the 3x4 cards. I never use those. Like, never. I don't ever use them. So I like to cut them up. Like, I use them to layer and tuck behind and all that stuff. Okay, I think I can get rid of this now. I need more room. So see, this is where, what's the difference between the square? It's just, they're the same size. It's just that the ones come in 6x6 sheets and the long pack are what they came out with first. And then I think due to packaging issues and like retail space, they trimmed them down to 6x6 because they fit better. So I think that's the deal there. I could be wrong, but Julia, is that kind of the, does that have to do with the retailers? So the lightning bolt need a color. Oh, yes, it does need color. I do have, you know, that does look really good. I may have to. I may have to do it. So hang on here. Let me trim this down a little bit. Okay. You know, when dinosaurs roam the earth, you know, you guys have to watch Jurassic Park. Am I wrong? Am I wrong here? You guys have to watch it. Okay. I'm going to trim a little bit more. Okay. And that doesn't matter if I cut that straight or not, because it's going to be tucked. And that's the joy of it. So we're just going to tuck that in there. There we go. And I'm going to pop this up with some foam tape. Here's the foam tape. See, it's just like a big hodgepodge mess when I scrapbook. This is literally how I scrapbook. Fit onto the shorts, takes up less hanging space. Okay, that's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. Okay, so there's that. Doing that. Okay, so let's work on this up here. Let's get this glued down and out of the way. So, I mean, seriously, who would have thought a doily on a dinosaur page? Oh, I think do that. And then, yeah, we'll do that sideways. Okay, so hang on here. I think I'm gonna use 1/16 tape. What did I do with it? Here we go. Okay, and this is great. You can't find the stencil. Stencil is Newton's Nook. It's not on the website. It's Newton's Nook. It's linked in my blog post that I did. That's on the ThermOWeb blog advertising this live. So if you go to that blog post, you can get to it from there. And I don't know who all carries Newton's Nook. I usually just order straight from them. That's kind of how I do it. But any leaf stencil would work. I mean, you could do, you know, if you find one that you have at home, it would work. Or if you get some, now if you got the toner sheets, there are some foil toner sheets that are these leaves, but you would have to use the foil. You couldn't use the flock with it. So, but it is a Newton's Nook, who's primarily a card. They're cards. They're card based. But it's their stencil, and I can't remember the name of it. Oh wait, I think I have the package. I do. Newton's Nook, and it is the tropical leaves. Okay. Rip this off really quick. And the reason I went with the smaller foam on this is because, thank you, Julia. We're gonna do that like that. And then, because the other stuff haven't dimensioned, so. Okay, we're just gonna stick that down. I stuck it down and oops. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, we're gonna do the total legend. We're gonna go ahead and stick this down. What time is it? Julia, I'm running over 8. Is that okay? I'm like, kinda, I was trying to keep it to an hour, but sometimes it's hard. Especially when I'm showing everything and I need to show you guys stuff. Okay, so there's that. And I like to add stuff, but let's see here. Let's do, we're just gonna, okay. All right, sorry. Guys, sorry if you're getting bored. I'm trying to hurry. Okay, hang on here. Let's do, get that out of there. I love die cuts, but I love them when they're, don't have everything on them. Okay, so let's do that like that. I have a star, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a star. Put that right there. Clustering, clusters of 3, I'm good. Miss seeing you live. Oh, thanks, Cassie. I miss seeing you guys. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna add much more, quite honestly. I think this is gonna be it, because I've got, let me look at one more thing. Hang on here. I say that, and then, okay, so, arrow, but I have a green arrow. I have a chipboard arrow that I like better. We're gonna do that, and then I am going to, because remember, oops, oh, the adhesive peeled off of it. This is 2 layers of foam tape, so it's the thicker layer. So I'm going to put this right here, and then we're gonna do the heck out of that. Oops, hang on. This is what happens. And then, there we go. Okay, I think I'm done. So let me get all this stuff out of the way. Because I don't know that I want to add much more to it. I really kind of like it the way it is, because we're going to have the other page that's going to go with it. I'm trying to get my stuff out of the way, guys. Hang on. Lots of little bitty pieces. If I add anything, it'll be stars. So, and if there's anything you want to catch up on, you can catch the replay on YouTube. We're not ending because I'm going to show you guys how to use non-heat stuff for foil and flock. So there's the completed scenario. So I like how it looks. I think I love it because this kind of ties this together and then it flows over into the next page. And there's not too much here that travels into the next page. So a lot of my stuff's on the other side. My journaling's over here on this layout. And so this is my bestie Juliana. Yay, good. Okay, so and this ties together. So that is a way to take a 12 by 12 sketch, flip it, turn it. I flipped this several different ways trying to figure, because you could flip it like this even. I mean, I could have flipped it like this, and you could have had, oh, that looks, I may have to do a layout like that now. So, but yeah, so the flocking shows more on this side, but that leans it into this side. Which is kind of what I was planning on. So I'm glad you guys like it. So let's talk about non-adhesive ways to, now I'm going to have to get some stuff together here because I didn't plan on this. But we're going to do it because you guys want to see it and I'm more than happy to show you. Okay, so we are just going to use I'm trying to find some scraps. Let's use the lime green, and then let me grab one of our new foils. This is our Maker Forte Heart of the Ocean, and then there is, you can tell I need to plan better, Hearts of Love. So there's a couple of different things you can do with this. You can do Deco foil foam, and I am not going to, I gotta find my foam first. It's somewhere here. Okay, oh, here we go. Okay, you can also do this with Easy Cut Adhesive and Deco foil foam. Actually, any adhesive would work, but these are my two favorite ways to do it. So here's the foam, and then here's the Easy Cut Adhesive. Now how I do the Easy Cut Adhesive, I'm going to show you that first, is I apply it to a piece of cardstock. This is a 6x6 piece. There's also some 12x12 in there under Eileen Hull. This is a 6x6 piece of adhesive. It's double-sided adhesive. So I take this first layer off, I place it down on my cardstock, and then I leave the protective layer on, okay? So, I need to grab a die. Hang on. Ooh. Hang on. Uh-oh. Let's see here. I'll just do it. Let's just do one of these. Okay. And this will work with any of your dies that you run through your die cutting, your manual die cutting machine or your electronic die cutting machine. This will also work on, you can put this adhesive down, the Easy Cut adhesive down. Got to have a live on that technique. You can put this adhesive down and you can cut this out with your Silhouette or like your Cricut. And then you can create a cut file that has flock on it. So you can create like a title page that has flock or a title page that has foil, anything like that. But I'm going to show you here really quick. This isn't, I'll try to do a live on this too. So, grab a smaller one. I'm going to try to use up a scrap piece that I probably won't use. So, okay, so I'm going to cut this. Where's my scissors at, guys? Okay. So you already saw the sketch foil. So I'm gonna cut 2 of these. I'm gonna cut one for flock and one for foam. So, or one for flock and one for foil. Sorry. Okay, and I'm gonna keep this in place with some pixie tape. So first, I'm gonna die cut. Oops. Okay. Grab plates. Okay. And I've got a Gemini Junior, so that's what I'm using. I don't have to use anything else. So hang on here. It's a cutting. Okay, so there's my die cut piece that has adhesive on one side of it. So now we're going to do another one. This may not be fully on adhesive, but you'll get the idea. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of all this. So this is the Easy Cut adhesive that we're working with right now. Apply it to cardstock. Okay, so there's those 2. Okay, so we're going to put this over here for right now. Okay, so we're going to do foil and foam. So what you're going to do is you are going to peel off that protective covering. Sometimes it's a little tricky. You could also die cut. You could also put your foil on there first. Okay, sticky side. See, sticky? You're going to put it down on your foam. Down on the colored side, okay? So we're just gonna cut this around. Okay. For the foil, I'm using pink because pink's my favorite color. For the pink, you're going to put it sticky side to the back of the foil. Because here's what the foil looks like. Okay? So we're going to cut this out. Okay. And honestly, it doesn't matter which way you lay them in here. It doesn't really matter as far as this. And then we are going to run this through. So you can do this with alphabet letters. I do this a lot with our alphabet dies to create some fun titles. Okay, so you just peel it off, and there's your hearts. And then, okay, where's the oohs and the ahs at? Come on, guys. You peel off the flock, and there's your flocked piece. So then you can use those as embellishments, or, you know, like I said, alpha dies, that kind of thing. So there's those two. And that was with the Easy Cut adhesive. So now we're going to the Deco foil foam adhesive. That's this, and it comes in sheets of 6 by 12. So where is my die? Okay. And it's the same, but I do not put this. Sometimes I do put it on cardstock, but you don't have to, because it's double-sided, it's thicker. It's like about the 1/16 thickness. And then let's cut it out. We're gonna cut 2 of them. Name of that adhesive. Easy Cut adhesive, you have to use with cardstock, and it makes them just really thin. The Deco foil foam adhesive is what I'm using right this instant. So, oops. I cut my pixie tape. Ew. We'll have to, oh, I can still use it though. Okay. So then we're gonna do another one. And this is the same process as the Easy Cut adhesive. They're both the same, except the foam has a little more substance to it. hang on here. Oh, I think I'm doing that wrong. Oops. Okay. So, sorry guys, I couldn't reach my thing. I need to do it like this. Okay. Okay. So there's my 2 pieces. Set this over here so I don't lose it. I've been known to lose dies and find them 6 months later. Okay, so the same process here. You take one side of the adhesive off. You lay it face down on your flock. Okay. And then I'm just going to trim it out. Okay, so I have one done. That's the flock one. And then this is the foil. Same process. Oops. Lay it down on the foil, on the back side of the foil, not the pretty side, the back ugly side. Okay. And like I said, it doesn't matter how you put them in here. It doesn't really matter. I'll do them this side up this time. There we go. Okay. Run this through. Ooh, there's a stretch. I need to move that. My machine's gotten moved. Ooh, it's about to fall off my table. That's not good. Okay, same process. You peel it up. Now with the foam, it does stretch. So that's why I put it on cardstock sometimes, like if it's alpha letters or something like a very delicate circle. I put it on cardstock and then cut it. That keeps it from stretching. Because see, it kind of has a little give to it. But here you go. And now this has adhesive on the back side that I can just, that I can peel off and just stick that down on my project. So, and then here is the foam one. And same thing, oops. Double-sided adhesive. So you would just peel it off, and then there's your foam. So that's just a little demo. I'm not gonna, that's all I'm gonna do on that. But that kind of gives you an idea. So if you're getting ready to place an order, you can order the other stuff too. But that is some of the ways you can do it without having heat. This won't work for the toner sheets. This only works with like a manual die cutting machine. You could rub it. You can rub it some too. I think you can rub the foil more than you can rub the flock. So how do you differentiate which sides to stick on right sides? For the double-sided adhesive, like the foam sheets, and it doesn't matter. Both sides the same. They both have protective backers on them. For the easy cut adhesive, it's the same. It's just if you put it, you're going to have to put it on cardstock. Or if you put it on cardstock, you're going to have to put one side down on cardstock, leave the protective covering, this covering right here, you're going to leave one side of that on. And then once you put that on your cardstock and you cut it, you can kind of see right there, the white. Then you peel this off. So see, that part's sticky. But yeah. And like I keep my scraps because I mean, this could be a dot. You can make like an enamel dot out of it with foil. I always keep my scraps. I have a bag. This is my bag of scraps. So I have a bag of scraps that I just throw everything in, and I just hang on to them, and that way I don't waste anything. So I'll try to think of a live to do more with the non-heat ways to use the flock and the foil, and you'll know because it'll be in the group. So I think I'm gonna wrap this up. My desk is a mess, as you can see, so I'm gonna pull that layout back out one more time. And again, we use Deco Foil Blanca, which you do have to use heat with. I've got all the foil you're using in my drawer and don't know how to use it. Well, here you go. You got to watch me. If you place, do you have a laminator? That would be my question. Do you have a laminator? Because laminator is going to help you a bunch. If you've got the Blanco or the Duo. So a laminator will help you use that. Because you're going to have heat to transfer that. The Duo you don't, but I like both. I like them both, but they both are good. I got the, okay, so you're good. So you have a laminator, so you're good on that. Get some toner sheets that are already printed in the store. You can just get like the little card fronts just to try them and see. But get those, and you can use your foil with that. That's the easiest thing to do, is slap that foil on there, run it through your laminator, and you've got like a card front, or you've got a layer for a scrapbook page. So, but I'm going to wrap this up, guys. So thanks for joining me for my first live. I think we did okay. We have a lot of information. The replay will be on YouTube in a couple of days. And hopefully a day or two. I don't know. I'll have to download it, and then we'll have to upload it and everything and get the little descriptions in there. If you have any questions, just leave them in the craft room, and I'll try to tag me, and I'll try to answer any questions that you guys have. And I will apparently be back for more lives. So you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Thanks for coming.